planetary and collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and your cross watchers. Welcome to your Timeless Chakra Reading. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. Not bad. It's just spelled like that. I'm a professional witch. Professional intuitive president of Jarring the Circle Productions since 1998. Author of 2 different books with a 3rd one in the making. First one is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, and there is a Kindle version available of Words of Grace. And if you click the link in the description box to Kindle, you will get to preview a good chunk of it for free, including the table of contents, and you'll see that it's mostly divided up into chakra chapters. For a chakra reading, you might find it helpful. Kindle version is lovely, but the original PDF, which was way too much for Kindle, as well as Spell Ingredients, is available on Patreon in our digital shop, along with some audio content over there, some prayers, some meditations, all my voice. I'm going to be making more of that. We'll talk about that in a minute. All of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. Some of them get those books, one, the other, or both, but all of them get a daily check-in every morning, pretty much. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link, and we chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a meditation, a prayer, a blessing, something to send us on our way. And the wisest way for this witch to start the day, considering I am moving from Holbrook, Long Island to Saratoga Springs. The movers come 2 weeks from today at the time of this recording, but you're actually going to get this after I'm moving in. So, yeah, I'm getting a lot done ahead of time. And my patrons are getting a lot of cool stuff, right? Yes, they are getting the daily check-ins. Are also getting all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship soul contract based, as well as they get an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling, half hour of power, a reading, Zoom record in person as a video. We'll talk about at the end, explains all of that. But it is the coolest thing I've ever done, and my patrons that live locally are actually coming to the house here before it sells, picking up some of the magical stuff I'm giving away, as well as coming for readings and private sessions, so they get the discount for that too. It's really cool. We have Seeker and Human, our first 2 levels of subscription, as 7-day free trials. You can check us out for a week. Everyone who has done that, though, has stayed a month to at least get the extensive discount on the private session stuff, and I love it. We've got a store. We're on Spotify through Patreon. They just keep giving us cool stuff to do, so click the link and check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. You can just call me Mal. Eat my crab cakes. Hope you are all well. Yes, I'm excited. I'm also managing it all rather well with the help of the divine, keeping my chakras in alignment, and what a segue. So let's do a little explanation for the new crab cakes and cross watchers, and then we'll get down to the divination. Feel free to jump ahead if you like, if you've heard it all before. Welcome, Cancerians and new cross watchers. This is a chakra reading. We are using 5 cards to do so. I usually put a lot more in them if you watch some of the older ones, but since we started making the move, I've simplified things. My guides are amazing. So let's talk about the chakras. We are going to start with a Caroline Myss archetype card for the 8th chakra. I learned about the 8th chakra in more detail from the work of Caroline Myss, MYSS. She's a PhD in her book, Anatomy of the Spirit, as well as the archetypes from her work in Sacred Contracts, which was absolutely life-changing for me, still is, right? So this is what's hovering up in your 8th chakra, the soul pattern, the lesson, the healing that you are doing from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from illusion to truth, choosing love over fear, shifting to a more golden rather than leaded timeline. It's the language of spiritual alchemy. I'm sure we'll talk about it again. So you're getting one of those. That sends down all the codes to all the other chakras underneath it, shifting what we attract and repel, so we have the free will to come into alignment or not. So we will take a Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the heart, throat, third eye, and crown zone there, the internal world, the feminine energy, hence a goddess deck. Then we will look at the lower 3 chakras, relationships in the physical world, the yang dynamic, the masculine energy, looking at yourself from the outside, as well as possibly you looking from the inside out at relationships in the physical world with people, places, and things, including your relationship to yourself. And of course, there can be mirroring. Both can be true. Then we will get one whisper of love from the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo. Feel the voices of the higher selves of all involved. So if there's more than you in this, their higher selves have the say in what that card is. And we will end with a Matcon healing mantra to help you, heal, align, bring it into congruency for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, and a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. So, cross-watchers, here's your opportunity to get some insight, understanding, sympathy, and empathy for the Cancerian you are cross-watching for. And cross-watchers often show up in the reading. Sometimes it is the cross-watchers read. So use the mantra, apply what you can here. Again, there could be mirroring. I mean, both of you are in the same place in some ways. Both feet on the floor if you can, and focus on your breath if you will, and I promise you I will help anyone that I can within my power to help them live a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, because as one of us heals, all of us heal. That's why cross-watchers, you have the opportunity to not just help the Cancerian you're cross-watching for, but all of the Cancerians and cross-watchers who are watching this. That's how it works. Holographic unity. Yay. So let's do it. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. It's my favorite thing. I love doing this. It's such a break from packing. So let's do it. Let's find that still point. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Here we go. A place for everything. And everything in its place. All where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, what's going on in the 8th chakra for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers for this timeless chakra read? The Queen! Feminine family archetype. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I have the Queen, the lifetime, and guess what sign it's in? Cancer. Okay. Work. Now, written on the card is the shadow attribute, and the light attribute, the shadow I call lead, right? Toxic, right? You don't want that in your system. I call the light gold, and there are 3 symbolic atoms in between lead and gold that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, released. I say alchemized, just an easier way. It covers sort of all of that. So, see if we see this in the world. See if you see this in yourself. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. You can be dealing with somebody who has this archetype, a reason, season, or lifetime. So, my mom is a Queen archetype dominant, Cancerian. Shadow attribute becomes arrogant when authority is challenged. Yeah, controlling and demanding. Now, I'm Leo rising, so I have it in my 12th house, the subconscious and the unconscious. So oftentimes that shadow will possess me. But I've learned so much to be aware of when that's happening, to alchemize it into the gold, radiating the regal feminine. Uses her benevolent authority to protect others. And you should see me when I'm in gold queen mode. I mean, for my cats in particular. Those are the princes, right? Those are my boys, right? It's very tribal, right? But the queen actually holds the law, right? The king may do the conquest, but the queen takes care of the court and the keep, right? Where all the good stuff is. So, a very, very powerful thing here, considering the rise of the divine feminine. That's happening in this world, if you haven't noticed. And you're probably a part of it. Everybody got feminine energy. So let's look at that. Let's see what's going on. Heart, third eye, crown, internal, feminine, yin, goddess stuff. Please take a nice deep breath. We are off to the races, huh? Still point. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, throat, third eye, crown for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, and Crosswatcher with Queen in the 8th. the Death card, the Phoenix card on the inner. Now this is usually the Phoenix rising from ashes, a rebirth, a transformation. You can't unburn a cookie, right? A state change from water to ice can go back from ice to water. That's just a state change. You can't unburn it, right? What's the element of fire? So when it's a major arcana card, the way I read, it's all 4 in this zone. If it was lower 3 chakras, it would be all 3. So, you know, you're rising from ashes. The alchemy is taking place. Now, is this literal physical death? Usually not. And on the inner, that says that there is an alignment here. The more you could say, all right, I'm ready to rise from my ashes, right? I'm ready to transform, because this is alchemy. Alchemy takes time, heat, and pressure, and the Death card do that big time. So very powerful. Let's see what's going on. Lower 3 chakras, please take a nice deep breath. I'm intrigued. Place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we would, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what does the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sign, and Cross Watchers need to be aware of? Lower 3 chakras, Queen in the 8th, Phoenix on the inner, High Priestess on the outer. So you got the full spectrum, major arcana from root to crown. Look, this is Persephone underground, no longer the maiden of spring or the lady of summer, as she is right now at the time of this timeless recording. She is the queen of the underworld, right? Or lady of the underworld, if you want to see Lord Hades, you know, because queen is Hera, king is Zeus, and the pantheonic thing, standing between the pillars of mercy and severity, very Kabbalistic, soft of eye and light of touch. Speak ye little, listen much. And in terms of your lower 3 chakras, how you navigate? Sounds like a scandal. As you navigate your way through the physical world, those are the lower 3 chakras. Survival, intuition, each one has its own voice. Root chakra will tell you whether to stay or go, right? If it doesn't connect, go, right? But you know when you walk into a place you've never been before, it's like, right? That's a connection to the Earth's electromagnetic field. It's called instinct, right? Second chakra, one-on-one, right? You can feel, you can actually ask your second chakra yes or no questions, but you have to learn its language. It's visceral, it's not verbal, right? And solar plexus will tell you every single time if you're about to violate a boundary, if you're about to do something that's contrary, that's perhaps more lead than gold, right? Contrary to your honor code. It's all right here. And those 3 intuitive voices, absolutely helpful while you're going through an internal transformation. Because even if it's something that you really wanted to do a week ago, and the day comes and it's just like, right, visceral, pay attention to that, right? And then don't tell anybody. Well, you know, that's the thing about the High Priestess. Very intuitive, right? Very much a Cancerian card, for sure. But Persephone, the name Persephone means bringer of death, right? Because she does represent that 3rd phase of the goddess, but descending into the underworld for 6 months. So there's a lot of, I don't like using the word psychic. Psychic just means something of the psyche, which is the soul, okay? It could mean anything. But certainly on an intuitive place, what is a high priest or high priestess but a vessel through which the divine works? So you could be going through a process of refinement to, you know, radiate the regal feminine, regardless of your gender. The feminine energy is heart-centered. The masculine energy is head-centered, right? So to bring those into congruence is just what the whole healing process, spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call it, is about. I just call it alchemy, because it's easier. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved. I mean, you know, High Priestess, that could very much be a solitary thing that you're going through here. However, that doesn't mean you don't have friends and family and other people around you, you know? Please take a nice deep breath. Well, who are you protecting with your benevolent power? Please take a nice deep breath. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Higher Self Collective, please, one card in clarity. What is the whisper of love needed by the Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, the piece of information, inspiration, insight they need to alchemize the Queen in the 8th. Phoenix, the Death card on the inner, High Priestess in the outer, in this Timeless Chakra reading. You are limitless. You are limitless. That is the truth of the immortal soul. You are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do, and that's the free will of the Queen, right? Letter gold, shadow or light. Now, I will say recognize is an interesting word. To cognize means to really not just understand something, like cognizant behavior therapy, right? Like cognitive therapy, all that stuff, right? It's to kind of grok it, if you want a stranger from a strange land, just wrap your mind around it, but more than just the mind, the internal world as well, to really feel it and understand it. So to recognize this truth, in other words, this truth is within us. We are limitless. We are immortal souls that go from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime to lifetime to lifetime in a linear soul, hero's journey of the soul. But our higher selves, which is where these are from, experience them all simultaneously. You're like, ow, right? It hurts. How's that happen? Well, multi-dimensional unity, blah, blah, blah. So you are limitless here. So your free will here is huge, right? Whether to resist or not resist, to delay what cannot be prevented, but it can't be prevented. And certainly with that High Priestess, that could also be, it could be a stage in your life that you're in, that could be you from the outside looking in, but it could also be that you're working with someone who is working that kind of intuitive High Priestess vibarino. You with me? All right. Last card down. Matt Kahn Healing Mantra. These work. These work. I've had this deck since it came out in 2018. Bought it off his website. He's a genius. So let's get the healing mantra here. Crosswatchers, here's your opportunity. If you have not seen yourself mirrored in here, here's your leverage. Here now you can't, I'm going to heal me so they heal. It doesn't work like that. Please. That's the ego trying to co-opt it. And it will. It will try. No, this is about you coming into alignment no matter what. Please take a nice deep breath. Last card down. Still point. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all. And with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra to help the Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their crosswatchers alchemize the Queen archetype, becoming more golden in that process of the Death card, the Phoenix rising from the ashes, literally rising from the crucible, with the High Priestess on the outer, recognizing the truth, grokking it again, a re-grok. They are limitless. They can do anything that they choose to do. What's the mantra to help them do that thing that they do in this Timeless Chakra read? Inspiring others, excellent. Particularly with the High Priestess, right? If you're going to say something, inspire others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts, and I live by that. Particularly with the move and all the people. I'm going to read it from the Bookie Book, but this one is really wonderful. It's such a service, and it sets you free as well. So, you are limitless. Inspire others. Cancerians, you guys have gotten this a lot, like in 7-card draws, 5-card draws. It's come up a number of times for you, I am pretty sure, particularly for the artists, the Cancerian artists, of which I know many. So, inspiring others. I help others feel empowering by acknowledging their gifts, and I will say that can be done silently, right? That's a blessing. You're not trying to, if you're trying to manipulate them through that, don't bother, right? That's the Shadow Queen, the evil queen, right? Get a poison, inject it with something, and give it to him, right? Oh, Regina. We thought we knew ye. So, when others are inspired, you allow them to take center stage and step into a greater acknowledgement of their personal power, solar plexus. When others are made to feel useful, they are likely to embrace more courageous decisions as their self-worth increases. That's being a help, not a hindrance. Imagine the perfection of not having to do everything by yourself and infusing others with a greater sense of purpose just by asking for their help. Now, this next part is where Cancerians get a little hung up, having a Cancerian mother. It's not a matter of feeling weak or being incapable. Instead, it's about realizing the gift of inspiration you possess simply by inviting others to be a part of your day. God, Matt, can we just talk? You listen to me really well and you don't beat me up with advice. Right? It's like such a loving thing. This mantra is ideal for increasing intimacy in relationships. And intimacy is when we drop some of those boundaries in a healthy way, but knowing how and when and with who to do that is tricky. Resolving martyrdom, come on, Cancerians, you the mothers of the zodiac, fess up. And communicating your needs, right? Yeah, what we want and what we need. But we get what we need before we get what we want. And sometimes we find out what we need was just what we wanted in disguise. Yeah. So, let's put this together in a blessimation. If you're new, that's a combination of the word blessing and summation. And then we'll talk about some cool stuff at the end. And I've been finding, like, right before the reading ends, they give me another insight. So maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Regardless, if you will, one last time, please take a nice deep breath. I love what I do. Still point. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Crosswatchers who are watching this video and who are drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to align their chakras, alchemizing their shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, from illusion to truth. As the queen in their 8th, radiating the regal feminine, using their benevolent authority to protect others while they are transforming, most likely rising from, rather than going to the ashes there, and even if they are still in process. Soft divine, light of touch, speak ye little, listen much, find the middle pillar between severity and mercy, and maybe keep it silent, keep it secret, keep it safe, so that they can get that they are limitless from the inside, right? Definitely feeling that power of love, of truth, of wisdom that is inherent within them as they alchemize with that Phoenix card, inspiring others as they go, because they help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts, silently or aloud. So, pantheons of the divine, may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to shift their shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life. In a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way. For a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. For the well-being of all. And with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. There's a little happy tear stuff going. I can feel that. I'm a Pisces man. Cope. If you liked the reading, good music, huh? If you liked the reading, please hit the thumbs up. Help other crab cakes and crosswatchers find the reading. If you want more of me, subscribe, notification bell, comment, and all of that. And then come check me out on Patreon. It is the coolest thing I've ever done, and I've done a lot of cool stuff. In fact, that's what the next book is about. My career as an autobiography and my relationships with females and feminine energies in general. It's a lot. I'll be writing that upstate in my new home. I'm so excited. You're Cancerians. I'm sure you feel the vibe. We got 2 7-day free trials, Seeker and Human. Check us out for a week if you like. You can follow us for free, putting out more and more public content just for Patreon. We've got the digital store you can shop in. We're on Spotify through Patreon. It's just a lot of cool stuff. And remember, all of my subscribers get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, all of them, and the extensive discount on private sessions with me. And let's talk about that next, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, son of a Cancerian queen. Yeah, but you can just call me Mel. And want to book me for a private session? I am still taking clients. I will take clients until I get in the car driving up with my cats to Saratoga, unpacking everything, setting everything up, and then I will take clients again. But in between that zone, no, right? That's why I'm doing these readings in advance. Actually, this will be hitting while I'm in that process. Be hitting the tube of you here. But there is a video in the description box, explains it all for you, just like Clarissa. Booking private sessions with Mal, spiritual counseling, readings, Zoom, in person. I'm going to be doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Fila Street, probably like 1 or 2 days a week. So that applies. If you're one of my patrons, you get a break from that. You get a discount. But regardless, I'm so grateful and thankful with all of this shifting and moving and packing and dealing with the cats and all of that stuff, movers on the way, that I'm able to do this work. It is my true service. And I was raised by a Cancerian nursery school teacher, right? My mom, and I'm closer to her. She's a 15-minute drive away. So it's just what's in my destiny. I'm moving on up to the north side, I don't know, to the mountains. Not much flooding up there from what I understand on Long Island. It's been a little bit much this week. So I'm very, very happy to serve you all, particularly my crab kegs out there. So you can do this. I mean, the queen, that's why I laugh. Every Cancerian I know has a strong queen archetype recencies in her lifetime. So inspire others as you go. Yeah, stress your way through it as you need to and hang in there. You can do this. I believe in you. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed be.